work on your presentation. Take voice lessons. Then seal yourself in a barrel and fall off of a waterfall.
You leave Liddy alone!
I need it quiet to record my catchphrase. Sebastian, I'm gonna give you a few options.
Love it, Jenna, go. Is this your show?
Liddy, go jump back up your mother. Liddy, go jump back up your mother. Go jump back up your mother, Liddy. I like the third one for me and her crying on the second one.
Today's guest is one of my all-time favorites. I first laughed at her as a kid as slutty cousin Vicky in National Lampoon's Vacation, then fell in love with her as Flemchen in Grand Hotel, and was thrilled to see her go on to become a Tony-winning star, seducing Antonio Banderas naked in 9, and a bona fide sitcom star as Jenna Maroney on TV's 30 Rock. Please welcome Jane Krakowski.
I feel like we need to cue the applause machine button. I should have. I'll start my own entrance applause.
I'll applaud. I'll applaud because I'm a big fan. You know that.
Hello, show people at Broadway.com.
I might be like your #1 fan. I'm up there. I know you have a lot of fans now, but I still think I think I'm pretty high now.
I adore you too. You know that we've known each other a long time.
We have known each other a long time.
And it always makes me happy every time I see you.
Yes, we met when you were doing Company.
Yes.
At the Roundabout.
At the old Roundabout in the Bond, in the old Bond
the
theater. I don't know, is that what they're calling it these days?
The Criterion Center it was
that's
called.
Right, that's right.
And you were brilliant, as always. So how are you?
I'm really well, thank you.
You are a busy lady.
Busy, happily busy, which is good. And doing well, loving being a new mom, which is sort of
I want to talk about Bennett. So I know Bennett turned 1 last month.
Yes, he did.
In April.
Yeah, he's 13 months old now and running around the house and giving us all joy whenever any music is played. He starts dancing, which is
What kind of music? What does Bennett rock out to?
Right now we are in a music for aardvarks phase. I don't know if you probably don't know that genre of music, but it is city-specific children's songs.
Okay.
This is what we're rocking out to over at our house. Songs about hailing a taxi and walking with my mommy down on Avenue A.
Oh, nice. So does Mommy sing?
Yeah, I do sing around the house a lot to him, and obviously we've, because those songs have been so repetitive in our heads, we know the entire CD of those songs, so we sing a lot of that. But it's just it gives you so much joy that he loves music. I mean, he bounces from inside his soul, and you're just like, yeah.
So were you itching to have a kid? Was this like something that you were really aiming for? Or?
I think sort of the pangs hit me a little bit later than for some women maybe, but I think there was a time a few years ago where I was like, oh no, I really want to do this, and so I feel very lucky that I was able to, and it has been such a joy. Like, I'm not a morning person, and he wakes up very early, and since the day he was born, like, I love it. Like, it's 6 a.m. I'm looking at the baby monitor to see if he's up. Like, it's so not me, but this is like my life now, and I love it. So it is amazing how you change and how that joy changes your feelings about the early a.m. hours.
How did you come up with the name Bennett? Tell me this.
Bennett is a family name on his father's side, my fiance Robert Godley's side. And when we first found out we were having a baby, you know how like you go through all both sides of the family's names, and we didn't even know if it was going to be a girl or a boy then. And it was one of the names that came up, and I was just like, well, I love it. That's done. We're good. And then, of course, I'm a Libra and very indecisive. We went through every other name in the world. We even had, like, at my baby shower, we had like a name the baby kind of sign-up sheet, and and then, of course, we went back to the name that we initially loved the most. But when he was born, he just was a Bennett. It just suited him, which we were kind of hoping to wait to like know him for at least a day or so before confirming his name.
I've never met any other Bennetts.
Yeah, I think it's a popular last name in England, but this happened to have been Robert's relative's first name. So, and I love it. I think it's an original name, and as I say, it suits him. So.
Of course, there's Michael Bennett. I guess there's a famous Broadway Bennett.
I love it. All right, we'll just tell them that story. We'll re-edit the story.
Now, Robert has this cool line of clothing, Psycho Bunny.
Yeah.
And I actually have some Psycho Bunny shirts. They're those cool.
Oh, you do? I'm so glad.
Yeah, the cool polos with like the crazy rabbit's head.
Exactly. Yeah. And the crossbones. He's. his line is doing really well. It's called Psycho Bunny. You can buy it on psychobunny.com and help get my child through preschool.
I'm helping Bennett. I'm helping Bennett slay.
We're all helping, frankly. And it's great. He's a very good designer.
How did he grab your heart? How did this happen?
How did this happen?
I know you have a history of liking British men.
I do like British men. I've dated a few over the years.
What's that about?
What is that about?
You're a Jersey girl.
I know. What is that? I don't even know how to trace it back. I'm not even sure. But you know, I have worked with a lot of English directors in this business, and I met my first Englishman through Trevor Nunn while doing Starlight Express, my first English boyfriend. So I think it sort of goes back to then. And I mean, I've worked with more English directors than not English.
Yeah.
You know, with David Laveau on 9 and Michael Grandage on Guys and Dolls, and Trevor Nunn with Starlight Express. So yeah,
British men just love you.
We have a thing.
Interesting.
I have great creative experiences with them, and but Robert and I were just set up on a blind date. Believe it or not. I mean, well, blind for the years of Googling people. So nothing's totally blind anymore.
Right. So do you is it Robert Darling, Bobby Baby, Bobby Booby?
I love it. I've never put any of these Broadway references into all this, but I'm liking
Broadway
it.
references to your life.
I love
keeping
loving
you true
it.
to your roots.
That's exactly.
But he's Robert because he's British.
He goes by Robert.
Okay.
Sometimes Rob, if you're in the inner circle.
And you know, it's funny because you are from Jersey, and I know you're a Jersey girl, Parsippany, right?
Parsippany.
But you speak very proper. You probably learned that really early, right? Like have you ever had like a Jersey accent?
I don't. I think it's because my mom and dad were both born in Brooklyn, and they had very thick accents, and so my father made sure that. And then my mom sort of became a combination of New York and New Jersey, her accent. And so I think my dad made sure that he would correct us whenever it started, myself and my brother, who's not in show business, but he just wanted us to not to have those sorts of accents. But I have been told that I now have English inflections in British inflections.
Yeah, it's a little bit of that Madonna thing.
I know, which I mean, I love me some Madonna, don't get me wrong, but like, the girls from Jersey and Detroit really shouldn't have English accents. So, I try to, I don't even realize I'm doing it, but I think it's just because I hear it at home all the time that it slips in. And so I'm actually not fully conscious that it's happening. And of course, being on 30 Rock, Tina has highlighted and exploited that to the nth degree. So now I'm extremely conscious of it.
Your parents have been in theater there forever. Like when you were a kid, they were doing community theater, right?
Yeah,
and they
as
still
their
do?
hobby.
They still?
Yeah, my mom actually runs a theater company out there now. Called the New Jersey Women's Theater Company. But I'm positive that my love of doing this came directly from my parents' love of the theater. We came in to see, growing up 40 minutes out of the city, we came in to see every Broadway show, and we would wait on TKTS and, see which shows were still left on the board when it was, this was back in the day when they actually just had
slide 'em in.
a little slide sign.
I saw Grand Hotel many times off that board.
You did?
I did.
It was fun because sometimes you end up seeing something you didn't expect to see because the one you wanted was gone by the time you got to the front of the line. And so we got to see everything, really, and that exposure to it, and my parents being a part of a community theater, a great community theater out in New Jersey, it was where I saw my parents having fun and enjoying themselves and just loving it. And I know that was a great influence on me and why I wanted to do it. And I knock on pleather.
Knock on pleather. IKEA pleather.
I love me some soft pleather. I feel very lucky that I've been able to do this and I still love it. Like I don't want to do anything else. I feel so lucky that I get to work and make my living in the thing I want to do most. So
you're having a minor return to the stage on June 8th.
Yes.
You're doing a concert at Town Hall.
At the landmark that is Town Hall on West 43rd Street on June 8th. We're going to do a really big show. That's a horrible insult. Your audience doesn't even know who that is.
Can you do a good Jersey accent? Can you do
like going to the mall or something? Yeah, I guess. Just there's the Jersey A, right? There's a Jersey A.
Yeah.
Do I go to the mall? I grew up at the mall. I was practically born in the mall.
All right, back to the concert. So I saw your show at Feinstein's, and
Yeah.
I have the CD, The Laziest Galentine, which
I'm
I
so
love.
glad.
It's a great CD.
I love
live
the CD
recording,
because
right?
it's a live recording,
Yeah.
and there's so few of those these days.
Yeah.
And it really, your ear has to get attuned to it. You know, when we were first putting it out, I wanted people to be sure they knew it was a live album, because you hear clanging of glasses and people's responses and all the dialogue and stories, and it really is as if you were there, hopefully. But I think people are not, their ears aren't attuned to that anymore. Everything is so, I mean, we didn't even barely touch we didn't go back in and record anything in that album. It actually is the performance from that night. So, with its flubs and all, so.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So do we get to hear any of that stuff at the Town Hall show?
In the Town Hall show, there's going to be some of my favorites from that, but also we're expanding the show. If you know that CD and that show, I talk very fondly of the girls that I have loved from the past.
Yeah.
Mitzi Gaynor, Eartha Kitt, it's all song choices that we have pulled from their song list, and Anne Margaret. And I've always wanted, in that show, I always wanted to have boys, because all those girls had boys, right? They had Bob Mackie gowns up to here and down to there, and they had boys, and I've always wanted to have boys. So for Town Hall, we are expanding the show to have boys.
Jane's getting her boys.
I'm finally, you won't have to imagine my boys at Town Hall. They'll actually be there.
Awesome.
So I'm really excited about that, because I think it's a great way to expand why that material was chosen in the first place, and my love of that genre, and those types of women and those numbers that they did. And of course, we'll have some Broadway favorites.
The
We're gonna
Krakowski
have
songbook.
We're going to have, hopefully, a little salute to 30 Rock. We're still working on that.
Fun,
for the 30 Rock
fun.
fans that come out.
Okay, some muffin top maybe.
You have no idea, more times than not, how many people yell that out at my shows.
I'm sure.
Which I just, it's a very short song, a 22-minute show.
Yeah.
We kind of it's about a 20-second song, so it's kind of hard to broaden it out to a full stage number, but gosh darn it, we're going to try.
Is there going to be maybe some Grand Hotel, some Nine?
I think so. We're going to
Maybe
have
some Guys and Dolls? I got to see that in London.
Oh, you
That was
did? Oh, I'm so glad you got to see it. I
great
loved that.
performance. Olivier winning performance.
I'm sorry, what? I like to call him Ollie. No, I've never said that before in my life.
Tony and Ollie.
Yeah, no, we call the Tony or the Anthony, right?
Oh, okay.
We reverse it. We make the London one the shorter name and the Tony the longer name. I love that production so much and was so proud of it. So whenever people come up to me and they say they were in London at that time and got to see it, I'm so thrilled that they did. I mean, of course, that's one of the great all-time female parts in musical theater. So. That I didn't even think I was suited for when I got cast. I was like, are you sure I'm right for this? And then it ended up being one of my favorite parts I've ever had. So
maybe we get to hear a variety of the Broadway songs.
Right, yeah. And we're going to have a special guest star in, I think, a Broadway.com favorite.
Uh-oh.
Mr. Cheyenne Jackson.
Definitely a Broadway.com favorite.
I just saw on your website, he's who people most want to see in 50 Shades of Grey?
Yeah.
I love it.
You two take it away from each other. You were in Damn Yankees together.
Yeah.
And you're on 30 Rock together.
Right.
So, yeah, you guys
We've
are
worked
just
together a lot. I've noticed, I think in the last 5 years, every job I'm hired for, he is in somehow. I don't know how we keep getting matched up together. Because we also did some Xanadu workshops together over a long period of time.
I got to see that.
And so we just always are matched up together. I mean, he's such a hunky, tall drink of deliciousness that... I love working with him because he always makes me feel and look petite.
I guess nothing from Starlight Express. No UNC or UPLED. Dinah,
we might have to
dining.
do a poll and see if people would really appreciate that. Once I learned how to roller skate for Starlight Express, I keep bringing those skates back out, even when maybe people don't want to see me on them anymore. But I still love it. I still love getting to roller skate, and I bring it out for benefits every once in a while, or obviously for the Xanadu workshops. It's one of those skills, special skills on the bottom of my resume I like to pull out every once in a while.
And it was great when Jenna Maroney skated on 30 Rock, and it's fun when there's, is it fun to sort of get to, obviously you're playing like my favorite faux celebrity. I mean, she's a train wreck and she's hilarious. And,
Yes.
But sometimes you get to sort of reference things, and I noticed in your dressing room you have like some Broadway
posters.
Yeah,
yes.
some Jenna Maroney roles.
Yes, I love all that stuff. When I first met Tina for this part, she had asked me if I would be willing, and of course I was, to sing and sort of send up that entity of even a part of my career, even though it's as Jenna Maroney.
Yeah.
And I've loved every second of it. I mean, Jenna is so obviously exaggerated and crazy and wrong in every single way that it's given us a ridiculous amount of freedom to do anything, really. I mean, there are so many times that I have felt I'll read something and I'll check with Tina. I'm like, you sure we can get away with this one? And somehow under the blanket of Tina's world, the Tina Fey TGS world that she's created, and certainly for the characters of Jenna and Tracy, that they are such a mess and so misguided and wrong about everything, that we can get away with so much, which has just been amazing.
I always knew that you were talented and charming and funny, but I didn't know that you were as hilarious as you are on 30 Rock.
Oh,
and
well,
you're hilarious on the show. And when you got the show, I know Rachel Dratch played the role in the pilot, and then you got the role. Were you intimidated? I mean, these are like Saturday Night Live comedy all stars.
I'm still intimidated.
Are you really?
Oh yeah.
Because you're totally at their game.
No, I mean 7 seasons in, thank gosh. I am still learning and watching and trying to like just keep up with them. I mean, I still get nervous when I have a huge scene with Alec. You know, he is a master.
Yeah.
And I am still there just trying to keep up and wanting to figure out what spin he puts on the ball on every single line in his genius way that he does. And but I feel that way with everybody. I mean, Tracy can say anything and it doesn't sound like anybody else would ever say it in the world, and it's just hilarious. Even if it's just one word, you know? And it's so and of course our writers, I've become very in awe of the group of writers that we have on that show, because I don't know what goes on in that writer's room, but it must be one of the most crazy fun places to be. And I don't know how they come up with the things they do. But I even get kind of shy around them, even this many years in, because I am just in awe of their writing talent and comedy genius that they come up with. So I'm still trying to just keep my game up with these guys, and I'll miss it. You know, we only have 13 more episodes to go.
One more season.
One more half season, really. And so it's been the time has just flown by. It has been so fun, and I think none of us ever imagined that we would be here 7 years later. We were on the brink so many times of maybe not making more, and so for us to be here now 7 years in, made it to syndication and all that, has been a great time and a great ride.
And you also had that with Ally McBeal. I mean, you've had this twice now. You've had 2 long-running smash shows.
I've been very lucky to get on shows that I'm also proud of. Like, you know, I haven't really looked back at Ally McBeal. It's a bit like looking at your high school photo. You're not really sure if you're ready to go back and see what your hair even looked like at that time. But and I know I'm not ready for that. But I think they both 30 Rock and Ally McBeal were very, very well written shows. So I feel very lucky to have gotten on 2 like that, and I hope there's another one around the corner someday.
Do you see yourself jumping into another one if there's something out there, or are you looking to take some time off or come back to Broadway maybe?
You know, I had such a great time right after Ally McBeal was over. First of all, moving back to New York City and coming back to the Broadway community with 9, which was one of the great experiences of my Broadway career, and for me personally, and I really hope that I get that chance again. I would love to I find that I don't know what it is. There's some heightened energy and reality of musical theater that pleases me inside. It just makes me happy, and I love doing it. And I would love to come back and do some sort of show. I find that always re-energizes me and infuses the other jobs that I do. I mean, even when I got to do Damn Yankees in between seasons of 30 Rock, I came back to 30 Rock like ready to go, just inspired by it. And so I love that, and I think I need that every as much as I can.
It seems like it'd be hard. I mean, you work with geniuses like Tommy Tune on Grand Hotel, which is still one of the most stunning productions I've ever seen, and David Laveau on 9. I mean, these gorgeous theatrical experiences. Does that sort of make it, do you want to find something like on that level of special?
Well, in those cases, I knew the directors were fantastic directors, but you also sign on not knowing what it will turn out like or what it will be. You know, obviously, certainly with Grand Hotel, there was there was hardly anything there, really, during the workshops of that show. And it turned into one of the most creative processes I've been a part of because of it. But Tommy would just send us home with the novel, the original Vicky Baum novel, and say, read chapters 1 through 5, and then tomorrow we'd come in and kind of improvise it to get to the songs that we had written. And moments, certainly, like Let's Have a Glass Together, with Michael Jeter jumping over that bar, which was, I think, the highlight of the show, was a moment that just happened by accident during a 10-minute break in the rehearsal hall. And he just did it to make us all laugh. And literally, Tommy said, everyone can go home, we're clearing the schedule, this is our number. And I think before that it had been a tap routine, or it had been gone through so many incarnations. So it was just such an incredible process to be a part of. And then, of course, with Nine, I mean, Nine was, it had been done, David had directed a version of it in London, but our version was completely rethought through. And I mean, there were days where you could just see the beauty he was creating on stage. I mean, when all the candles were on the stage, we would be in rehearsal and he would literally just come and move a candle like 3 inches, and it suddenly became more beautiful. And you're just like, wow, that is specific. That is really detailed, creative, beautiful work.
Have you ever watched the YouTube clip of you upside down singing Call from the Vatican and crawling around in front of theirs?
Yeah, I mean, it's funny because those are obviously like illegal videos that were taken, you know.
It's kind of nice to have them, though.
But in a way, you're kind of like, I'm so glad someone kind of did, because there is no other record of it. And just to sort of remember it and have it there, show Bennett what Mommy used to be able to do. So yeah, it's kind of nice to have those things.
Still tie you up. What about, when's the last time you did a Charleston? With Flemsh a Mad Charleston.
Oh, I think we should do one right now. I think to close show people, we should do a Mad Charleston.
Just get on that table and do a Mad Charleston. So hopefully we'll see you back on Broadway.
I hope so. I hope they'll have me.
And
if they will have me, I will come.
Well, I can't wait to see what you do next. I love you and everything, and I will definitely be at Town Hall on June 8th, and everyone else should be there. 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
Town Hall.
One show only.
One show only.
One night only. One night only.
And now we're gonna get ready for the Charleston number. Not happening.
Move the coffee cups. Rip off the microphones. Let's do it, Paul.
Thank you so much, Jane. It's great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.